to round out the pod, as we always do, Matt, we'll go into our predictions, just 4 games this week. We'll look at last week's results. We both went the same way in all the games, bar one that I called a draw. It didn't come to fruition. You're still that 1 point ahead, both at Doon, Newcastle and Brough. We bought a patch as well that were defeated. Both at Glenroe that were defeated, and then um, you had Effin and I had a Monaleen and Effin draw. So that's the state of play as we get to the business end of the predictions, Matt. But I'll start with one of the big ones, or I'll start, I suppose. We'll start with Premier Intermediate, and we'll go with Monaleen versus Effin. Obviously, Effin were big winners when they played only 8 days ago, and you alluded to that fact that it will have an impact. How much of an impact will it have, do you think?
I'm going with Monaleen by 5.
Monaleen by 5. Do you know what? I'm going to go with Effin to turn the tide. I just like to go against you sometimes, but I think they might break that hoodoo of getting back up. We had singled them out earlier on the year, both of these teams, Monaleen and Effin. So, I mean, it's a hard one to call. Monaleen will be favourites. There's no doubt about that. And then Newcastle West versus Brough.
Brough by 3.
Brough by 3. One of the teams that actually came in for us last week with their win. I'm going to go Brough as well, narrowly by 2 points to beat Newcastle. But it's a toss of a coin, that one. That would leave, for you, a Brough Monaleen final. For me, a Brough Effin final. But on into the senior championship then. Doon versus 𝐏𝐫𝐞𝐝𝐢𝐜𝐭𝐢𝐨𝐧𝐬.
Kilmallock by 2.
𝐏𝐫𝐞𝐝𝐢𝐿 by 2. Do you know what? I said at the start of the year I had a feeling about Doon. I don't think they've played to the level that I thought they would play this year, but I'm gonna stick with Doon to win by 2 points and avenge that defeat from last year's semi-final. And then the Pierce against South Liberties.
The Pierce by 5.
The Pierce by 5. I'm gonna go on the Pierce by 6. I think last week was the big game for South Liberties. You know, we've alluded to that earlier on the podcast. Very difficult going against the Pierce. They have been the standard bearers in the competition for so long. That would leave for you in the Pierce 𝐏𝐫𝐞𝐝𝐢𝐿 final, for me, the Pierce Doon if they're to come through. So we will have differences in whatever final we think is going to happen. But I suppose cracking games to look forward to, Matt. If you were to single out one game as the game of the weekend from those 4.
Well, all due respects to the other 6, it has to be Doon and Kilmallock.
Yeah, we spent, I suppose, a good nearly 15 minutes discussing that game, and no surprise, there's no surprise really with you consider the players in action there. You know, it's just mouth-watering. The amount of All-Ireland medals that will be taken to the field in Brough this Sunday is something to behold. Probably a Limerick senior game has never had as many medals on one field at one moment.
They'd make about 10 medal chains.